Hello, beautiful starseeds and light workers. I hope you are well. It's Alexander Quinn, and for those of you that follow me on Telegram and Facebook, you will know that I put out a post very early on Monday morning saying that the Arcturian consciousness came through very, very powerfully after, I would say, a small hiatus of where I've been going through my own upgrades. And the message was incredibly clear that Gaia and her grids are suddenly going to become very electrified, and certain patterns linked to tectonic plates, things in the skies, and so on and so forth, volcanoes, were going to suddenly become very awakened. About a couple of minutes after that post, a volcano that's been dormant in Ethiopia for 12,000 years erupted. There have been incredible sightings of red sprites appearing across the skies all over the world. There have been other volcanoes that have suddenly gone off after long times of sleep. And Gaia is truly starting to wake up, although you're not seeing it on any of the fear machines, like the legacy mainstream media and so on and so forth. And they talk about how there have been incredible incidents regards rainfall in Arizona and other places. And so the Arcturians really came through with a message that I actually channeled on Monday. But as for many of you know who are regulars on this channel, I always put out a video on Friday for scheduling reasons. So I'm going to now read that out because things are going to hot up, shall we say, at this moment in time. So sometimes I channel live, sometimes I write it down if I'm in a cafe or somewhere. And for this one, I'm just going to read it out as it came through. Dear Earth souls, there are months that drift quietly through the seams of reality, and then there are months that arrive like a full-bodied knock at the door of your consciousness. This month was not a whisper, it was a pulse. A frequency shift that moved through the grids of Gaia and through your chambers of your own fields. The upgrades for some of you have been extraordinary, and for your scientists, the space weather has been very noteworthy. Your bodies are feeling it more and more, and even with everything you knew only in the last 6 months ago now feels changed already. Auroras are the crystalline reflections of cosmic conversations arriving in your skies. These animations are no stranger to the northern edges of Iceland or the far reaches of Canada. But this month they wash themselves across the body of Earth in ways unseen, mostly unreported. Curtains of pink, violet, rippled across Nebraska. A neon green sky breathed over the southern regions of your France. The Balearic Islands of Spain were brushed by dancing lights and seas that have never known aurora fire, which shimmered through huge eruptions in the sky, viewed by huge pods of dolphins who surfaced and whales who came to the surface to see Gaia herself as she exhaled light from her lungs that she has not breathed in eons. We look on with joy from our ships as we see your planet ascend. Even your agency NASA confessed something about these solar events did not behave like others. And they would be correct, dear light workers. You have help in ways your science will not accept within its acceptable for generations yet to come in terms of its understanding. When the skies speak in this way, Gaia answers. With the shifting frequencies came the stirring. Volcanoes across continents began to unfurl their ancient bodies. In the Andes, the Mount of Burning Branches, and I had to look up the name of this one, and I apologize if I don't pronounce it correctly, Planchion Praetora, exhaled its plumes into the heavens, a living reminder that nothing on earth ever truly sleeps. And far in the crystalline north, and they give an old tribal name for this, Sisquat, or as it's known, Siskoaj, sometimes referred to as Shishashaldin, the mountain which points the way north when I am lost, also began to pulse. Its quakes and rising gases echoed like the heartbeat of a being returning from a long dream. So too did Halil Gabar, which will awaken in the far region of Ethiopia, coming to life after 12,000 years of rest. Feel the timing, light workers, the clustering, the synchronicity, the perfect alignment with these cosmic injections of light. Soften, and the pattern reveals itself. Nothing unfolding now is accidental. The Pleiadians, whom we ourselves seeded, have brought to your attention that water would begin to rewrite itself on Earth, where it gathers, where it falls, where it moves as the grids reweave. And here you are watching the desert become a water world, as Arizona shattered rainfall records in your recent linear time. If the auroras were the fire and the volcanoes were the voice, then the rain became the emotional exhale of Gaia's shifting body. In Phoenix, your city of sun and heat, the skies broke open. Over 6.3 inches of your rain in just a few months. In just the fall of months fell, almost like an entire year condensed into a single season. A lightworker stood outside, stunned, as if reality had slipped sideways for a moment. Streets meant for dust carried rivers, and clouds carried memories they were never meant to hold. And the meteorologists found themselves naming atmospheric rivers, with long bands of moisture stretching inland where dryness once ruled. Not random, not accidental, but Gaia rearranging her waters, for water is emotion, and the emotion in the land is stirring, light workers. As above, so below, the ground trembled. Afghanistan also shook. Italy rippled. Volcanic zones across Europe and the Pacific buzzed with swarms. Minor tremors stirred, and places that hold deep ancient stillness, even near Portugal, where formations that were thought impossible are now becoming possible and may one day now be named as fault lines. So for those of you who like to go on holiday in the Algarve, let's see how that works out. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but they're saying this is coming. Your science will tell you more about this shortly. Alone, these events would be statistics. Together they are a message. A restructuring of Earth's inner architecture, a reflection of the same restructuring happening inside of you, that which you feel so extremely after what has been a month of physical upgrades. Because the energetic grids of Earth are shifting. They are breathing differently. They are holding new light, and you light workers, grid holders, star-borns, remembrance. Feel it, because you are the land. What moves in you moves in Gaia. What stirs in Gaia stirs within the world soul. The changes are profound, and they are accelerating and will continue to accelerate. Gaia continues to reclaim her multi-dimensional body as you do, as these upgrades continue, and you feel them in your bones, in your breath, your sleep, and your continued intuition. Stranger, more luminous, more unexplainable events will continue to happen, not to frighten, but to awaken, to align, to return you back to your remembrance. And so it is. And so, look out for these strange events, because they will continue. Look out for these fault lines that have been dormant, sleeping for tens of thousands or even millions of years, which are now becoming awakened. Look out for more of these red sprites and these strange events which are appearing. And in my humble opinion, from energies that I have channeled from other galactic beings, is on the 19th of December, when Atlas 3 is closest to Earth, look out to the skies and look out for light shows of star beings and ships making themselves visible. From me, God bless and goodbye for now.